100,000 people take to the streets in Glasgow to coincide with COP26 to fight the threat of global warming. Tzu Chi works with the Selangor Human Aid Association to hand out cash vouchers to impoverished refugees. I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DI Headlines. Let's get started. The UN Climate Change Conference was held in Glasgow, Scotland, with nearly 100,000 people taking to the streets to encourage global leaders to slow global warming. Peng Chi-ming, the weather anchor of DI TV, was on location to report on the Global Day of Action for Climate Change.
Hello everyone, I'm Peng Chi-ming. I'm on the street in Scotland and I'm attending COP26. Today is Saturday in Glasgow. There are many different groups and organizations who've joined hands to host a climate march for the Global Day of Action for Climate Justice. People of all different ethnicities, and we see indigenous groups, younger generations, people from diverse businesses and sectors, people from different walks of life are coming together. Originally, 50,000 people were estimated to join this march, but now we can easily see that number appears closer to 100,000, so many of them have only one goal: to urge political leaders to act now.
Where are you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C. with an organization called the Center for Biological Diversity.
Okay, why you want to join this march?
We're facing a really devastating extinction crisis right now. By 2070, we're going to see 1/3 of all of our species on the planet wiped out because of climate change. So we need to prevent that right now. And one of the main things that the U.S. president can do is stop fossil fuel extraction.
What about the march? Is this very useful for the climate change issues?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely useful. You know, this is COP26, so we've had 26 years of demanding for political change. And you'll see the numbers, the thousands of people on the street right now, from very, very young to very, very old. And that means that all of the planet is desperately asking our political leaders to make a change. So we're here, part of them, because absolutely everything needs to change and we need to stop fossil fuel extraction.
什么叫做 climate justice 呢?
What is climate justice? Climate change will change all of our behaviors and lifestyles. Yet, our next generation will face even greater challenges. So everyone has gathered together to march for a fairer future.
I'm 70, so I could say, well, it's not important to me. But I have godchildren and relatives' children, and we need to save the planet for our children, for our future.
The farmers, united, will never be divided!
What about the Glasgow people think about the COP26 until now?
I think there'll be a general support for it, away from the logistical, hassles and everything for everybody. But I think it's a great way to get, people's point across and get their voices heard. Okay. Fingers crossed that voices are heard.
Yeah.
I'm at the finish line of the march. There will be many activists taking turns to give speeches on the stage to address their concerns about climate change and climate justice. This week, COP26 hosted a World Leaders Summit, where presidents and political leaders worldwide have promised to do more to combat climate change. It's a baby step toward improvement, but according to research and studies, those promises and combined global efforts might just be able to keep the rise of warming at 1.8 degrees Celsius, but not 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is what we want, and we're still far from there. Still, there are many who predict the global temperature will rise by 2.7 degrees Celsius, which means that promises from political sphere will not be enough to stop global warming in time for disaster. So far though, some progress has been made. For example, more than 90 countries are about to sign an agreement that till 2030, methane levels will be cut by 30%. The biggest source for methane emissions is the so-called food chain, especially from animal consumption. These are big strides being made, but not enough dialogue on overhauling the industries of agriculture where animal farming has occurred. Still, more to come is the goal of reducing our carbon footprint, including in Taiwan's neighboring countries like South Korea, Indonesia, and even Vietnam. They have all promised that from 2030 to 2040, their electricity won't be powered by coal. Even Poland has also made the pledge, which is actually a big leap towards progress. The key of focus next week lies in the government's ministers' conference, which will further define the so-called rulebook that accompanies the Paris Agreement, and focusing on global carbon market. This is supposed to help us all to get properly oriented even including the climate fund as to what will be promised and how it will be put to use. In fact, next week presents a key moment.
In southeast Zimbabwe, Tzu Chi volunteers built a shelter for a person recently released after a 30-year murder sentence. After leaving jail, he was left as an outcast. After local volunteers heard of his situation, they called upon locals to build a home for him. Let's take a look.
Building the foundation and burning dirt bricks, local Tzu Chi volunteers in Zimbabwe take on the role of a construction team, building a home for Kanayas, who has been homeless for 5 months.
He killed his grandmother, children, and attempted to kill his wife. Gladly, the wife ran away, and he was sentenced to prison. The sentence was 30 years long. After leaving prison, his family and community didn't want him back, so he can only live under a tree. Because of this, he wanted to build a home for him.
Serving prison sentence since the age of 23 years old, Kanayas, after leaving prison, is over 50 years old. Tzu Chi volunteers welcomed Kanayas as on the day of entering the new home, everyone gathered to celebrate his new chapter in life.
We saw that he is reflecting and changing his past behavior, so we hope that through the house building project, locals may forgive him and give him a chance to start again.
Besides giving Kanayas a place to live, volunteers also gathered beds, clothes, and living supplies. After Kanayas moved in, volunteers started a fundraiser on behalf of him.
I was moved by Tzu Chi volunteers. They were helping Kanisia out, so we should also be open and help him out too.
I'm really thankful to be able to receive help from Tzu Chi and so many people. Now I have a house to live in, and I can also get food and clothes. As villagers embrace great love, helping Kanayas in building shelter, the community has helped him get rid of bad habits and filled locals with kindness.
Tzu Chi Eye Center continued treatment services for patients suffering from eye disease in the Philippines during the pandemic. A businesswoman suffering from cataracts for 2 years recently received surgery and quickly recovered her vision. Take a look.
Starting from 2019, Thelma's left eye experienced decaying vision as she wanted to seek treatment. Due to the pandemic outbreak, she was unable to get treatment, and along with her mother's passing later on, she couldn't even take care of herself.
Last year, during the pandemic, my mother was diagnosed with leukemia, end-stage leukemia. I brought all my savings out to treat her, and then my father passed away this year due to lung cancer. I'm now in so much debt.
As both her parents passed away, Thelma felt heartbroken. Moving on, she remembered that her left eye has little to no vision. Therefore, she found her way to Tzu Chi Eye Center.
Tzu Chi Eye Center helped me recover my vision. This gives me a lot of hope.
This boy with the bamboo coin bank is named Jace. Due to premature birth, his eyes suffer from retinopathy. For 6 years, he received regular checks at Tzu Chi Eye Center. Before Christmas, he wants to give out gifts in order to thank medical workers for their care.
We know that many patients need Tzu Chi's help. This is why whenever there are fire hazards, we will bring the bamboo coin bank out. With this, we can help other patients in need.
In the bamboo coin bank, love fills up by the little boy Jace as he hopes to help others regain their vision.
Tzu Chi Selangor and Kuala Lumpur volunteers cooperate with the Selangor Human Aid Association to issue cash vouchers to refugees, allowing them to buy food and necessary supplies to alleviate their immediate difficulties. Take a look.
Personal ID 就是他的照片下面那个，所以我们一定要 update 他的那个family ID。
Tzu Chi volunteers were explaining the arrangements carefully. There were a few foreigners to come help as well. The Selangor Human Aid Association provided a list of 174 refugee families for Tzu Chi's Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter to distribute cash vouchers.
We mainly cooperate with a team of religious leaders who are responsible for communicating with these 174 households. Because the list is provided by them, they can handle the communication and contact while we carried out the distribution.
Before, we might only give out food worth 70 ringgits, but today we are cooperating with Tzu Chi. The refugees can get a cash voucher of 150 ringgits. This shows that humanitarian aid has no nationality. We want to help people of any race or religion.
I'm very grateful, very happy. This is because I really need this assistance.
Many women came with their young children that day so that their husbands could continue to work.
Although the child is still young, I still have to bring him out because my family is in doubt and my husband has to go to work. If my husband comes with me, he will lose his job.
Life is not easy for these refugees, and the cash vouchers they received during this time have helped reduce their living burden and ease their immediate predicament. To welcome Deepavali, Tzu Chi Malacca volunteers brought blessings and gifts to a single mother raising 5 children. When volunteers found out that her children also needed computers, 2 second-hand computers were delivered the next day. Here's more. To welcome Deepavali, the whole table is filled with food and gifts. The single mother, Jacinta, who has to take care of 5 children, now has a lighter load on her shoulders.
I'm happy to get the gift pack. It can reduce my burden.
We will give your daughter who is going to college a laptop, but not a desktop computer.
When the volunteers found out that her daughter was about to go to university and urgently needed a computer, they immediately called to apply for one.
Aunt is very nice. When I asked her, she'll help. She's very active in helping. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
The next day, the volunteers sent them 2 second-hand computers, not only to the sister, but also to the younger brother.
Since I was in the 2nd grade, Tzu Chi has been helping us until now. Thank you so much.
With this concern from society, children can be more steadfast in their education, have more hope for their future. In Malaysia, Mahendran's 3 children got ill one after another, worrying and exhausting both parents. A Tzu Chi subsidy helped ease their pain as him and his wife vowed to eat vegetarian meals 2 days a week and save money into the bamboo coin bank. Here's more.
Hello.
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 Makan. Suka makan? Belum. Belum makan lah. Lewat lah.
Simple greetings with a warm hello, Tzu Chi volunteers in Mahendran's family met via an online call as if friends were getting back together, chatting about daily life. From 2005, Mahendran's children started to get ill as the parents requested subsidies from Tzu Chi. With the support, the family can make it through the economic hardships and focus on medical treatment.
The oldest daughter suffers from the epilepsy. The second oldest daughter has many illnesses and was later diagnosed with epilepsy too. The third child had holes in his heart, and at the time they received traditional therapy, so they couldn't receive insurance funds. Because of this, they borrow money from the bank. But the husband doesn't have a lot of income, and he has to pay $1 each month for the debt, causing him hard to make ends meet.
Mahendran always thought that children's illness is caused by his own karma. After guidance from volunteers, he decided to do more good deeds on behalf of his children. On the day of Diwali, the parents went full vegetarian for a day and will continue the trend for 2 days a week in the future.
This is the vegetable bean soup. My mother-in-law ate vegetarian food for 50 years. She told me that on the day of the Deepavali, we must pray and not kill animals.
Bunuh satu-satu benda kita makan benda tu. Kita tak mau macam ada darah-darah itu tak baik.
Deepavali is a festival celebrating the use of light in order to chase away darkness, which symbolizes the day when good wins over evil. On this particular day, not killing animals is an act of love, as Mahendran and his wife wants to adopt a vegetarian diet, cultivating good karma so that their children's condition can improve. Volunteers' continuous love accompanies this family, chasing away darkness with the power of love.
Many things happen out of our expectation, and we should definitely learn from their family's strong will and how they keep a positive mindset. Then good karma will come. They thought Tzu Chi is a supportive pillar to their family, yet we are appreciative to them because they gave us the chance to walk into the family and learn from them.
In Taichung, Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Pingxiang grew up in a Tzu Chi household, eating vegetarian food and developing a merciful heart. In college, he joined a Tzu Jing club and last year became a certified Tzu Zheng Faith Court member, while his wife was certified as a commissioner. On the day of certification, both of them registered for marriage. Moving forward, Wang Pingxiang is going to be certified as a Tzu Chi commissioner to take on more responsibilities.
Under the sun, volunteer Wang Pingxiang is removing the weeds from the garden as he is deeply inspired by this practice.
Removing the grass is like removing distractions in our minds. We must follow Master Zhen Yan's Dharma and turn these distractions into nourishments for our growth.
Though work is busy, on rest days, Pingxiang will come into Holy Liaison office, helping volunteers with gardening work.
If we have activities, he'll be glad to join. If he has time, he'll always be here.
Pingxiang has involved with Tzu Chi work since youth. In college, he joined a Tzu Chi club and participated in multiple activities, such as volunteering members for free clinic.
Grandma looks like she gets hurt easily, so we must treat her with sincerity and care.
After joining into Tzu Chi club, Pingxiang got to know his wife. Last year, Pingxiang was certified as a Tzu Chen, while his wife was certified to be a Tzu Chi commissioner. On that day, both of them registered for marriage.
We walk on the path of Bodhisattva. No matter if it's housework or for charity, we must enhance ourselves over time.
Pingxiang grew up eating vegetarian food. He is filled with mercifulness and always assists people, chanting the name of the Buddha for their loss of a family member. This year, Pingxiang will be certified a commissioner as he is ready to take on more responsibilities.
Me and my wife will continue to walk on this path and continue to care for people in need in society.
Due to their daughter suffering from leukemia, a Tzu Chi couple got involved with Tzu Chi's bone marrow matching team. They faced many difficulties finding the right match, though the setbacks never affected them as they continue to work hard to save other patients and their own family members. Here's more.
有听过血癌吗？造血干细胞捐赠。
他们说他们没有时间。
是哦，
每个人的
因缘不一样。哎，试试看吧。
Many people think that, why am I the one getting sick? Or why is my child sick? I feel that the same question would be asked by my child too. I don't know why my child has leukemia. Why does it have to be her? She took on treatment of 2 years and 8 months. At the start, she had long hair, but when she entered the hospital during the middle school, she had shorter hair like a boy. Everyone has different challenges in their lives. If you face a challenge, you must face it and overcome it.
想说去找，现在就去造血干细胞健保了吗？
我有重的癌症病患。
可以让爸爸妈妈知道这样子。如果你觉得可以，你再抽血；如果你觉得说，这我好像不一定可以，或者是有犹豫，就跟师姑讲说哦，我不抽血没关系哦，哈。
他已经移植了，多几年了？10年，10年的，多赚了10年。
他每一次的验血活动建档，他都会出现。
我们
Our child suffers from leukemia too, and he was helped by Tzu Chi's matching system. I'm very thankful to Tzu Chi. Thank you so much. So this time, through this donation event, I hope to be a part of it and help others in need. You are not saving one person, you are saving a family. Many families are waiting.
We once encountered a 3-month-old baby, but he waited for a year without any matches. Therefore, he passed away. So to us, we want to work harder and to let more people know about bone marrow donation.
My daughter brought me into field of bone marrow donation, so I think that this is a mission given to me by the Bodhisattva.
到现在有50多万例，然后我们在，因为这个来讲，就是说，这个不能说业绩说给走结果，你给走结果都真这样，就很多病患跟家属正在煎熬中。我们来年会努力继续做。
This year, Tzu Chi awarded the new Shoot Scholarship has been largely changed to an online event. Still, there's some interaction with Tzu Chi volunteers in the Downsui district of New Taipei City. The ceremony continues to be very touching. The scholarship presentation event was held at home due to the pandemic prevention measures. A junior high school student surnamed Hua has been awarded a new Shoot Scholarship for being filial to his parents.
My dad now only has a liquid diet. It cannot be too hard or too hot. It may only be milk powder, and other nutrients. If he can eat vegetables or fruits, this would naturally be the best. I will use the scholarship money to help him in this area.
His mother's work was suspended for 3 months, and the family's handiwork barely make ends meet as his student surnamed Hua clearly understands his situation.
Mom told him that a child's mobile phone should cost just $3. I asked how it could be so cheap, as he said the most important thing was the ability to contact him. I thought about it in my heart and thought that in this generation, how could a child have a phone so cheap as $3? It doesn't even go on the internet. The point is that his father is sick, and he will also assist his father and help his mother with her work. His grades are not bad, and he is so nice and polite.
Being invited to receive an award, even if it is small and hosted online, could be a lifetime honor for a child.
I remember when I was 3 or 4 years old, what kind of encouragement the kindergarten teacher gave me. You are very good today, and you can go raise the flag. I was 4 years old, and now 16 years later, I still remember this award. It was great encouragement because my teacher told me that I was very well behaved. So I became well behaved throughout my life. I also hope that these children, because of this encouragement, can be oriented towards Tzu Chi University in the future.
After receiving the award, they returned to their seats, and the child couldn't wait to report the good news to their family. Tzu Chi volunteers from Medan, Indonesia invited local residents to participate in the 21 Health Day Challenge, replacing animal protein with plant-based protein. Tzu Chi researched recipes and worked with vegetarian restaurants to ensure participants won't give up halfway through the challenge. We leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.